Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai. Not gonna lie, the camera shaking made me a little self-conscious. Cobra Kai is easily the most popular karate media of the last 20 years, easily. Today we are going to jump into season 4 Cobra Kai fight scenes, and before we get started, I have done seasons 1 and 2, got copyright claimed pretty quickly. On the main channel, and if you don't know, this is my second channel, look down, scroll down a little bit, you're gonna go, oh my gosh, this is Sensei Seth Reacts. I didn't even know there was a second channel, and you're gonna hit subscribe, thank you. But anyway, let's jump into season 4 fight scenes. If you haven't seen the show already, 1, you should watch it, 2, spoiler alert. Okay, Robbie Kai versus the dojo. Okay, so, boom. This is a great front kick. Actually a pretty good option if you've got like a bunch of people that are like lined up in front of you. You might as well front kick the first guy into oblivion, right? Get some distance from the rest of them and you can kind of pick the rest of them apart one at a time. This move right here, I know it's been a quarter of a second and I've already broken out 2 things. This is like very typical karate. Having a punch come at your face slowly and be like, shoo, bang, and then doing something to it, that's super karate. In this scenario, Robbie actually goes opposite hand parry, which is kind of interesting. You typically don't want to use one hand and pull it across this way, just because you have to be so fast to be able to go like that, to be able to go this way far enough and then pull it back, unless it's a bad punch. You can do it from time to time, but going parry the arm and then catching it and then hitting, that's very stereotypical karate, right? Like you look at plenty of bunkai and it's like catch, boom, right? But pushing it in the direction that it's going instead of parrying it this way is a good idea. Anyway, sorry, literally just, one punch has been thrown, my bad. Looked like that was an elbow spinning back kick. Going underneath. I thought this was a weird photoshopped thing for a second in this frame. Ducking underneath and throwing an elbow to the body is something that we did in our karate program. I've watched all the seasons. I'm a big fan of the show. They do tend to like really karate it up. Also, quick note, if you're somebody who manages media for Cobra Kai, please don't copyright this. It's bad enough you already won't put me on the show. Just don't copyright this. This whole sequence, right? Super cool. The concept of like blocking a bunch of stuff that's all in this middle space when the punch is like stopping right here, it's very easy to do. In fact, have a buddy punch in front of your face like this, no matter how good and how fast the punches are. If there's no repercussions for you, you can just, like whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter, nothing's gonna hit you. Which, again, can be a fault of karate, but doesn't really do anything. Bang, goes for the, looks like an armbar, and then he goes for an ox jaw, which you don't really see a lot. We call this an ox jaw, because it's like a jaw. Anyway, boom, straight to the throat. Yeah, why not, right? Nice spinning wheel kick there. Nice kicks. Boom, 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 boom. Whoa, beautiful throw. I don't even know what that's called, to be honest. If I had to sum up the fight scenes in Cobra Kai, it would be a lot of walking forwards, kicking, and like being very still with the upper half. Like it's not like a bunch of flash all the time and bang, or at least specifically for Tori's character. And there's a couple other ones where they're like pretty still. Like they really focus on the kick, but then everything else is kind of still, and it makes it seem a little stiff, which I mean could just be an argument that they're going for like a more controlled look, but ooh, up kicks when they land are brutal. Okay, so this is Robbie versus Terry. This is a very interesting like teacher moment here, because he says hands up, and while he says it, his hands are down, which you're allowed to do as a teacher if your students' hands are down and they're not as good as you are yet. It's a weird space though, because you kind of have to like I can be like this and fight like this and be like, hey, make sure you keep your hands up, and then you see this and you're like, well, why? What are you doing? How am I? You want me to keep my hand? But the skill level, right, of this black belt is supposed to be much better than the skill level of his student. And pretty much the better you get, the more things you can do wrong, right? Defensively, you can be a little less responsible from time to time with just your hands. But when you first get started, you should be more guard defensive, I guess. Also, can we talk about this? Why is it that I feel like every season they're always a white belt, and then they test, and then they do the tournament and they're black belts. Which one is it? Are you white belts or are you black belts? Is he gonna be a white belt next season? Is Terry Silver gonna be a silver belt? Although he does have that silver fox hair. Terry looks good, I'm not gonna lie. He held up well. I don't know how old he is. That'd be a real insult if he was like not that old. Spinning rear kick. Oh, actually, I talked about this on the main channel, and I had like a, if the actual actors had a tournament, who would win? Terry's up there, especially if he's younger. A lot of his kicks, you look at his Instagram stuff, a lot of his kicks are good. This is actually him, for sure. He's got a spinning wheel kick later, I think, but that's him. Boom, old Johnny Lawrence. Boom, boom, bang. Oh, the pressure point stuff. Oh, and then he goes for a scissor sweep. Ooh, I feel like he's done that in early tournaments. So the pressure point thing, right? The concept of shutting somebody's arm down by like hitting it like 3 times and your arm just goes numb. No, it's not really how it works. Are there parts of your body that are more susceptible to pain or to make you go than others? Yes, but that doesn't really work like that. Now, could you kick somebody? Could you smoke somebody's arm who's in a guard? And like, it's a much harder time for them to use that? Yes, but it's like sheer force, and yes, it's hitting the right spot, but it's not like a boom, 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 and then the arm's just like. It's not like you're a zombie all of a sudden and you're trying to fight somebody like that. But it does make for some like cool, magical moments, I guess. So this is actually pretty common. You see this from time to time, especially with really wide kicks. Using this kick, this front kick to stop the leg, that's pretty common. Jeet Kune Do guys claim that. You'll see this in Muay Thai all the time. You don't see it in karate as much, but this is a thing. And then this scissor sweep here too. Look, he throws this leg over top. He's gonna take this leg and go underneath. Please do not try this at home. I've seen amateurs do this. This can absolutely smoke his knee right here. If Daniel here didn't know what was going on and he wasn't starting to sit down beforehand, very easily could he throw all of his weight over top of and underneath and really mess up that knee. But instead, it is a really cool technique. Off the, I don't know why I was really expecting from right here. It was like a very like WWE moment. You see him get thrown into the turnbuckle, and then you got to hit him with the slaps. Not the play button. Oh, I definitely scuffed it. Oops. Inside crescent kick. They love the inside crescent kicks on Cobra Kai. Boom. Inside block, a bunch of parries, all of them kind of out of range, knee out of range. Plenty of attacks do happen out of range, especially in like sparring and stuff like that. Blocks a roundhouse kick, spinning back fist and a crescent kick. You call it like a front kick. That's pretty slick. That's good choreography there. Beautiful kick here. And then the spinning back fist, like there's not a lot of things that you could do that would work this well and hit both people at the same time. Choreography was very nice at the end there. I like that a lot. Oh, there's that ox jaw again. Oh, interesting. You don't see a lot of feet get hung up, but it's something that happens a lot, especially with techniques where the foot is sideways. Like, if you're trying to kick up high with a side kick, and I know this isn't like super tall, the likelihood of you on the way down hitting a shoulder happens a lot. Boom, and then you get stuck. And that's when people go down the easiest. So, and it also makes it much easier to catch. So that's a cool little moment there. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. What in the heck? That is beautiful. I hope when I'm his age, I'm kicking like that. Whew, nice kick. Boom, he loves that spinning back kick. Again, this is just a bunch of stuff, right? Because neither of them are moving forwards and backwards. You know that you're not at the range that you're gonna get hit unless you mix up the feet. I mean, a lot of this stuff, especially that he does, you could 100% find spots in like bunkai, which is the practical application of kata, which is a traditional karate thing. You can definitely find all of this if you really looked hard enough. I mean, Nahanchi, boom, grab the head and elbow. Boom, simple block, front kick. That might be a little bit harder to find. Maybe if you went to Jesse Incamp's kabutomastery.com, you could find that. That's pretty cool.
2 minutes for slashing, 2 minutes for hooking, and let's not forget my personal favorite, 2 minutes for high stick.
Going wrist lock and then pulling it into something else and then going, that's an Aikido thing. Which I mean, like Aikido, karate is kind of very similar to Japanese martial arts. All right, let's see how the girls are doing. Also, I'm gonna say something really quick. Something that really bothers me. I'm in some of these Cobra Kai Facebook groups just because sometimes I'll like look for inspiration. I'll see what people are liking, what they're disliking about Cobra Kai if I'm making content, or at least I used to. The amount of people, grown men, who are thirsting over these girls, it's gross, to be honest. And then I'll read through the comments, and the comments are like, this is pretty weird, and they'll be like, no. See, they're actually adults in real life. But the thirst posts are talking about their characters. Seriously, it's weird, it's gross. Stop. That's an interesting technique. You know, how often do you find yourself in these situations where you and your partner are fighting someone who also trains? Interesting. You could argue that was kind of like a little bit of tie work, a little bit of like combing the hair, but it's kind of the opposite of what you want. Usually somebody gets the clinch on you and you comb your hair to get out of the clinch. People fall in pool. Okay, and now we're gonna move on to a little bit of tournament stuff. I think this does happen from time to time where people win up in the tournament and then they have to fight against people on their own team. I've never really been big on these tournaments, but I think it does happen. Boom, boom, boom. A lot of these guys, especially watching them in season 1 versus season 4 now, they look much better. A little Anderson Silva action. Oh, now he means business. No point for the side kick to the butt. That was a cool kick. Yeah, kind of, sort of, not really. That's a cool kick. I feel like you don't see that one very often. I like it. Now that's interesting. Ref would have to have a pretty good eye to see that and say no point. I wonder if they have 3 refs or if they just have the one in the middle. Typically in these points, sorry, I know this is probably like a, climax, but typically you'd have a ref here and then you have a ref in the corner and you'd have a ref in the other corner. This way you kind of have more eyes. And the first ref, if he thought he saw something, would yell like stop or whatever, and then he would like look, and whichever one the other 2 picked, of the 3, whoever got the most points, I think you have to have like 2 of the refs say you got a point, and then you are awarded the point.
I know you can. I'm always gonna be right here next to you. Yes! You're gonna be my karate teacher? No. I'm gonna be your sensei.
What was it, his back? Was it his hip? I'm trying to remember what it was that he hurts. How likely is that to happen while you're in the air? Not really. Now, if you land funny, you can definitely start to tweak knees and hips and ankles and everything. But in the air, you don't kind of see that kind of injury so much. Boom, nice. Kip up, kip up. Oh, a really high kip up too. Almost too high? That was really high. Goes for a flying triangle, which is not regulation. That's definitely not allowed. Nice roundhouse to a tornado kick to a back kick. That's a cool little combination there. Moving forwards with kicks, that's, like I mentioned, that's something they do a lot here. They throw like 4 or 5 kicks moving forwards because it looks cool. I mean, literally, this is what I'm talking about, how much better they've gotten. Everybody's roundhouse kicks are doing this now. They all turn over. Look at how well they turn over. Boom. Pinky toes almost pointed down. Nice old pull counter here. But these kicks are looking great. Oh, Daniel LaRusso felt that one. A lot of breaks here. Karate tournaments tend to be very bouncy. They're very tense, but they're very bouncy. You can bounce with me. Very bouncy and they'll because it's all like you just need 1 point. So a lot of the times it's not a bunch of parrying and blocking, it's a bunch of bang, and then you get one, and it's like, okay, point. It's usually much more tense than this, and it's much more stop and start, but not like walk around and start. Ooh-wee. All right, let's check out the girls. Boom, boom. Ooh, interesting. A little bit of Gekisai 1 there. We'll pull and then the double punch. Some people who practice Bunkai might argue this is like a boom, bang, like it's a 1-2. But it does go like this. I mean, if you want to take it like literally, which a lot of people do, yeah, that's in literally the first kata we teach. Double jump kick, boom, 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 nice side kick. I actually really like the form on that side kick, that was good. Boom, boom, boom. Go with a high block, very traditional stuff. Goes to that same side kick again, interesting. Goes for a throw. Lots of takedowns. A lot of people don't realize how many takedowns there are in karate. Karate's full of takedowns. Oh, that's the end of it. That was kind of a weird ending. I thought there was more to the fight scene than that. But anyway, that was Cobra Kai fight scenes. I'm a big fan of Cobra Kai fight scenes. I know a lot of people think they're kind of campy. They're supposed to be. Like, they're not supposed to be like raw, like bloody, just brutal stuff. They do have that from time to time, which is a nice change. I think it's very authentic to karate, whether it's like the Tang Sudo, very kicky style of karate, which tends to be Cobra Kai, or the like very traditional Miyagi-Do karate. Both of this was great. Netflix, please don't copyright me. Thank you. Appreciate that. There's a good chance you guys will never see this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe or I'll kick you. Pick your hands up. Bang! Oh, I think I got it. Kinda. I definitely pulled my hip halfway through though. How likely is that to happen while you're in the air? Not really.